I love this enthusiasm that the disciples have, the 72, as they come back and they say, wow, this was incredible. You sent us out to do these things, and they happened. Even the demons were subject to us at your name. They're so excited. And Jesus shares in their excitement. He says, I've observed Satan fall like lightning from the sky. I've seen God's power moving through you. But don't rejoice in the fact that you can do incredible things. Don't rejoice in the supernatural gifts that have been given to you. Rejoice rather that your names are written in heaven, that you get to be with me for all eternity. And this is good news, because let's be honest. I'm looking out, I don't see too many of you who are exorcists, driving out the demons from those who have been possessed. I don't know how many of you have had opportunity to tread on serpents or scorpions. Maybe you've had a garter snake or something that got into the house and you had to take care of it. But this is not something that we typically do in our lives. And very few of us have had the opportunity to do great miracles. But that's not what makes us great. That's not why we should rejoice, is doing those miracles. Rather, rejoicing because Jesus chose you, chose me. It is not because of greatness and power, but rather littleness. Today, as we celebrate First Saturday, we look to our Blessed Mother. Here was a woman who is great in heaven. But while she lived on this earth, she was known really to so few people. She didn't have any earthly power, no authority. She was not a queen over a country. And yet, by her incredible humility, she has been raised up. He has cast down the mighty from their thrones and has lifted up the lowly. And in her lowliness, God has lifted her up. We look to, I mentioned exorcists before. We look to the exorcists, and they say that when they're dealing with some possession of some sort and they're trying to drive out those demons, a lot of times they will invoke, for instance, St. Michael, the archangel. And St. Michael comes and he battles the demons. But they say when they invoke our Blessed Mother, when our Blessed Mother comes in those situations, she doesn't fight the enemy. Rather, the enemy just can't stand her presence. He flees from her presence, not because she's fighting him, but just by her humility. He can't stand to be near Our Lady. And so we turn to Our Lady today and ask her to help us to be like those childlike that Jesus talks about. He's revealed them, you've revealed them to the childlike, not to the learned. The learned would say you need power. But he reveals this to the childlike, those who are humble, those who love unconditionally. And so let us ask Jesus, let us ask Mary to intercede for us, that we may be humble, that we may be childlike, and that we may rejoice, not in this gift or this talent or this intelligence that we've been given, though we give thanks to God for those gifts, but rather to rejoice that Jesus has chosen us, chosen to write our names in heaven, that he wants you, that he wants me to be with him for all eternity, to be friends with him, to enter into his heart.